Hello to all you Sagittarians. Do I have some good news for you? Do I have some good news for you for your yearly horoscope of 2019? And it's a very short preview that I want to give. I don't want to elaborate too much. I'll do that in the monthly horoscopes. But, and of course, these are general horoscopes, so take what resonates with you. And, but of course, Jupiter, as from November already of 2018, is going to be in your sign. That happens every 12 years. This is amazing. This is good news. You just had Saturn a couple of years ago going into your sign. You had the Saturn square Neptune. It's time for a bit of expansion there. And you are all about expansion. So, of course, this is general. But in general, Jupiter in your sign is great to do what? Great to travel, great to teach, great to learn yourself new things, great to expand, great for your confidence. You're gonna feel, Sagittarians' personalities already feel quite confident. But now you're really gonna feel it in your body, so to speak, because Jupiter is in your first house. Like if you've been ill for a while, or you had some illness that you had to, you know, Jupiter in your sign is a gift. Is great. It's good to heal. Now this Jupiter does square Neptune. So and Neptune is in your fourth house. So this means that yes, expansion, but don't go over the top. It's a trait of the Sagittarian, isn't it? That I say we because I have a Sag rising myself, that we tend to overdo it, and that we tend to be a bit too optimistic. Yeah, there's such a thing as being too optimistic, but now you are forewarned, is forearmed, or how do they say that? So keep the feet on the ground with how you want to expand and how you want to, you know, you're in your generosity. You are already a very generous person. Make sure that, especially with members of the family, you know, Neptune there in the fourth house, that you're not being too generous, okay? So stay with yourself there and don't lose yourself in giving more than you can give, okay? But this is not going to be too bad. It's Jupiter square Neptune that is going to happen like 3 times in 2019 because the Neptune also sextiles Saturn in your second house. So that's why I'm not worrying. I'm not worrying about this. It's not that bad, that aspect, because it's also getting a good aspect. It's a bit in balance, so to speak. So Saturn and Pluto are in your second house. So I see a lot of people with Sagittarian energy that are going to work a bit harder to get that self-worth, to get that money, to get that independence and that own authority when it comes to your security, financial security, emotional security. And that is good. But there are some, because the nodes are also in this area, the South node is in your second house. That means that your attachments to things that are tangible, like a house or a home or a car or whatever, it's best to, some of them, review them. So it could mean that you're getting less attached to your own belongings, for instance, and you're getting a bit more supportive of others. Isn't that good? Because the North Node is in your 8th house. I know the North Node in the 8th house is a bit like it's not easy having the North Node in the 8th house, but there's a very good thing about it, and especially with that Saturn Pluto there in your 2nd house, and that is when you are open for support of other people, this can turn into a very good North Node in the 8th house. So be open for receiving maybe a little bit more, whether it is financial support of others, whether it is emotional support of others, you know, you name it. Be open for support of others, and you're going to get more gifts, you're going to get more, people are going to appreciate you more. Because of the North Node in the 8th house. And yes, there could be a crisis going on, a little one or a big one every now and then, but see it as something that has to do with your self-worth and how you build it up, okay? Building up self-worth is never easy, but in this way, you will do fine. And Uranus is in your 6th house, so expect the unexpected when it comes to work. When it comes to work, when it comes to your health, do things a bit differently. When it comes to health, of course, If there's something wrong, go to a doctor. But also have a look at the alternatives. Maybe doing some, I don't know, chiropracticing or whatever. That is very Uranus in the 6th house. Because it has to do with the nerves. You know, Uranus is the nervous system. So make sure that your nervous system is intact there, with Uranus in your 6th house. And when it comes to work, make sure that you do things a bit out of the ordinary every now and then. So if you have your routines, shift them a little bit. It just has to be a little bit, and you will benefit from it, because that's embracing the Uranus energy in your 6th house. Having said that, I'm sure it's going to be a good year for you, dear Sagittarians. Thank you so much for your support, for listening, for sharing. And if you want a reading, get in touch. I wish you a very, very good 2019. Bye-bye.